Hello. We're gonna be cooking. I'm cooking today. I'm cooking for you guys. You get to enjoy this shit with me. Holy shit. I have not made a video like this before. But hello. If you're new to my whole little page, my name is Iron, or Ace, whatever the fuck. My name is on this platform. Today I'm cooking a honey pork rice bowl, and I've already started with the fucking pak choy because apple ports. So you guys get to enjoy me being a little shit while I am cooking. Yes, my light is on because it's fucking so dark out there. Look, I'll show you guys the difference. I'll show you guys the difference. It's dark. So, you guys get to suffer with me with the light on. So, yeah. But again, I am making a pork honey rice bowl. Yes. I'm currently home alone, which is probably a bad idea if I'm cooking. However, do I give a shit? No. But I have a whole kitchen to myself today. I'm actually cooking. I don't cook. So you guys get to enjoy this with me. And watch me probably poisoning myself. Right. So now you have a 10-minute montage of me explaining everything of what I am doing in this video on how to get this meal prepped to cooking all of it. As we know, and as I'm doing right now, I am cutting up the pak choy and having to dice some of the whites of the pak choy. The main reason why I'm doing that is because I have difficulty chewing a lot of things because of my jaw. That is hopefully being sorted soon. But because of how thick the pak choy is, I had to dice it up. The leaves are fine. It's literally just the white I had to dice up. I had to speed this up as well with the video because overall this whole video is going to take like 40 minutes and I'm not wasting everyone's time with a 40-minute video of me just cooking my lunch today. I kind of went off screen a little bit here because that's where the garlic was and my camera is a little bit shit. So, at the minute, what I'm doing here is that I am peeling 2 pieces of garlic and cutting them up. The reason why I'm cutting them is mainly because we do not have a garlic press because our old one broke quite recently. So I'm having to also dice that up. It doesn't really make a difference of what you do with the garlic. I prefer mine a little bit diced up. It does make your hands a little bit sticky, I will pre-warn you that now. But it doesn't really make a difference if you dice it up or press the garlic. It's still good. It still has that really nice garlicky taste when you cook everything together. And you can use like 1 piece of garlic, like yeah, this you just use 1 or 2, whatever you prefer. It depends on how much you guys like your garlic. The next thing I did here was just put everything into a bowl. Apart from the garlic, I like to keep that separate from the pak choy. The next thing I'm gonna do after I've done all that is just start cutting up a lime into 4 wedges. This is for after when you've cooked the pork and your rice, but we'll dive into that once after that is done. While cutting the lime, I have put a jug under the kettle just to boil, so that is going to be for the rice. Preferably use as much water as you can and do wash your rice before you end up putting it with the water. What I've done, I put 1/4 tablespoon of salt, then put in the jasmine rice after, and just let that to cook for about 12 to 13 minutes on a high heat. As we're letting the rice cook, we're just gonna brown the pork by putting that into a different saucepan or a regular frying pan. and just let that cook for about a couple minutes. It should take about 5 to 6 minutes, and just use like a spoon or whatever you've got to break up the pork from like being stuck together, basically. And once after it has cooked, we are going to have to drain and discard any excess fat. I didn't do that because sometimes it just goes away on its own, or it just adds with the sauce. It doesn't really make a difference with what you do with it, but it made it look and taste a lot nicer when I cooked it today. I forgot to mention as well, you can also season your pork with salt and pepper, or sometimes if you cannot have pork, you can also use beef mince. It will work the same way, and sometimes it could be nicer, it could taste different, but it's up to you. And if you cannot have pork for whatever reason, beef is an alternative option for you to have. What I've done here is that I've basically drained the rice from the water and just let that cool for a little bit before popping it back into the saucepan and covering it with a lid. I did also let it cool over the sink in a sieve for about a couple moments before I just kept it on a low heat and just then put it to the side. I did notice it was properly cooked after a while. Once after that, I put in the pak choi and a coleslaw mix in with the pork, which it adds to flavor, and it is quite nice. Once after that, after you stir it in, you're going to add the garlic and some ginger puree, and let that cook until it is quite fragrant, and it should take about 1 to 2 minutes for it to properly cook. So what I'm doing here now is I'm adding the different sauces, like the ketchup, mayonnaise, honey, soy sauce, and a little bit of water. I let that just like sit in the pan for a couple minutes, and you can add as much as you need be. I did put in a bit more ketchup mayonnaise into the pan because I realized it wasn't enough. And with the honey, I did put a couple of spoonfuls in there, just to like add the sweetness to it. And I used the whole packet of soy sauce because it is just a bit nicer, and I like soy sauce. You don't have to add a lot of water with your sauce as well. It doesn't really make a difference. It doesn't have to be as thick or watery. It depends on what you like. After that as well, you can season with salt and pepper as well. Add as much as you want to your preferability, and squeeze the lime juice from the wedges that we have cut up earlier. Usually I like to put in the water last, once after everything has been mixed together, so then it just gives it a bit more time to thicken up. As I pick up the phone here, we can see how beautifully that is cooking. It was a little bit runny when I left it as it was, but I just left it for a couple more minutes before I got a plate and put the rice onto the plate, or you can have it in a bowl. Preference is yours. Then once after that, I just put in as much pork as I wanted, and then you are done. And that, my friends, is how you make a sticky honey pork rice bowl. I got this recipe from HelloFresh. I'm not sponsored by them, but I'm proud of myself for not burning down my kitchen anyhow, so... Now, because I have to eat this, I'm gonna have to take off my mask